noticed something strange while meditating. With my eyes closed, my whole body was covered with countless hands, and they were tearing my body apart. I suddenly felt uncomfortable, so I looked down, only to see an ant, not a human hand. At first I didn't take it seriously, but when I looked to the side, I saw the floor crawling with ants. So I followed their trail and came to the front, only to find they were heading to a hole in the wall. I couldn't understand, so I hurried outside the wall to check, but it was pitch black and I couldn't see anything. Unknowingly, my scalp suddenly started to itch badly. I still had no idea what was happening, but strange things kept happening. Over the next few days, I would scratch my head at work out of habit, and even while going to bed with my boyfriend at night, my hands would subconsciously scratch my scalp. Gradually, it became more serious. I even tried using a file to scratch my scalp. I seemed completely possessed, until one day when I went to the warehouse to get something. What happened finally made me realize the danger. I was just digging through some old stuff, but then heard strange footsteps behind me. When I stepped out to look, all the lights suddenly turned on, and the footsteps turned into the sound of a girl crying. Could someone be in danger in the warehouse? I rushed forward to check, but found the sound came from the right side warehouse. I was horrified to see there was no crying girl in the warehouse, only ants crawling all over the place. As I was confused, a black figure suddenly appeared in the mirror and grabbed me. Luckily, it was just the warehouse manager. But after this, I became cautious. I hurried home, found the hole, and sealed it tightly with cement. But unfortunately, the scalp itching didn't get better. Late at night, an ant crawled into my nostril. I was sleeping on the couch and suddenly felt strange. The ant in my nose made me cough violently. It felt like I was about to suffocate, and then I threw up thousands of ants. My body seemed to be controlled by the ants, but after sunrise it all seemed like a dream. But too many strange things had happened lately. I could only search online for clues, but found no answers. Until a few days later, while doing crafts, I made an unexpected discovery. An album suddenly fell from the cabinet. I remembered it seemed to be my parents' album, but my mother died when I was very young. Yet when I opened it, I unexpectedly found my mother's arms were full of red dots. I quickly used a magnifying glass to look. They were all scratch marks. Could my mother have gone through this too? With questions, I drove to see my father. My father had become depressed after my mother died. He worked at a monastery on the surface, but secretly he was an addict. I didn't want to see him, but now my scalp itched so badly I had no choice but to ask him. But I got no answers. I asked if my mother had any illness, but my father kept saying it was a curse.